What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to SoCal Exploring, your #1 stop for all things theme park related. My name is Scott, and you are watching SoCal Exploring. Today is our weekly theme park news wrap up, and there's a bunch of news since the last time that we talked about theme parks in general. There's a lot of news, a couple of things of good news, and a tad bit of bad news, but we'll dive right into that regarding HHN, regarding Disneyland, regarding Knott's Berry Farm, all the different theme parks. We have some news from each theme park in the major Southern California area and over in the Orlando area as well. But before that, if you want to take it one step further in supporting SoCal Exploring, donate $3 to our Buy Me a Coffee page linked down in the description to help us produce higher quality theme park content for you all to enjoy. And those who do support will be featured in various future videos on our YouTube channel. So big shout out to both Roman and Ricky who have already donated to our Buy Me a Coffee page. We also have a merch store where you can snag some official SoCal Exploring merchandise at a very reasonable price. Just like one of our decal stickers for only $3.99. Just visit teespring.com/stores/SoCal Exploring-3 or click the link in the description of this video to snag some official SoCal Exploring merchandise today. Alright everybody, in our first bit of news today, a little bit of good news regarding Halloween Hornets, a seasonal Halloween event that takes place at both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Orlando. I tweeted out at both parks because I've been getting the same question. Is Halloween Hornets going to be canceled this year? So I wanted to get to the bottom of it. I tweeted out at both Hollywood's account and Orlando's account, hey, is Halloween Hornets still happening? And they both replied, hello, at the time, Halloween Horror Nights is still scheduled as planned. It's not changed at all. They haven't made any changes to the original planned schedule, so which means it's not canceled. But do keep in mind there is a possibility, and I'd say like a 10% chance that it would get canceled, because you guys got to realize as soon as the regulations are lifted from the CDC, as far as like who can be out and who can actually be working, the theme parks don't have to be open for them to actually work on Halloween Horror Nights. They could lift regulations and then say like the construction team would be able to get out there and start working. And I'm sure a lot of the creative team has been working from home already, developing the different mazes and houses for the event. So you guys got to remember, despite them not being able to be at the park, most of the stuff that goes into Halloween Horror Nights is done off of a computer or off of some other tablet, like them drawing a sculpt or whatever it may be. It's all done through technology. And the only thing that they do need to be there for is construction, which construction doesn't really start till late May, and around late May is when they start to outline the maze with 2x4s and put the tents up, or they start to do scenic work in the sprung tents over in Orlando for the houses there. And there's not a ton of huge construction until around late June or early July, and that is potentially when the theme parks will start to open back up and the CDC regulations will be lifted. So do I think it's going to be canceled? No, and Universal themselves said that it's not scheduled to be canceled. It's still scheduled at the same time. As far as announcement season goes, they did reply to someone else on Instagram saying that they hope to announce some HHN mazes/houses in the summertime. And for those of you guys who don't know, summer officially begins on June 20th, so it could be a while until we get a Halloween Horror Nights announcement. But just keep in mind, it will also be good because that means we'll get them all at the same time, and it will be overloaded with announcements and overloaded with excitement. But that's all for Halloween Horror Nights as of now. Also, Disney has decided to waive all monthly payments beginning April 5th. So that was a couple days ago. Refunds will start to be there's a specific word that they said for it, but basically it means here and there they're going to start to refund all payments that are made for the March between March 14th through April 5th. So if you made a monthly payment for your annual passport, you will get refunded for that. And all of the rest of the payments that are scheduled for like April, June, or whenever the parks reopen, those will all be waived. Now there's a couple alternatives for the monthly payments, like you can get an extension on your annual passport, but you have to pay those additional months because it'd basically be like you wouldn't have to pay the extra price to renew your annual passport. You're just getting an extension to your pass, so you'd still have to pay those extra months. But as of right now, if you're on the monthly payment program, your payments are gonna get freezed for until the parks are back and reopen. And the ones made through March 14th through April 5th will be refunded here and there. And if I'd say wait about like 2 weeks, and if it's still not refunded, I'd contact Disney. If you guys want more information on that, contact Disney themselves. All the cast members will be happy to help, and they have been very good as far as my questions go when I call them and ask them. And that also goes for people who have paid in full for their Disneyland passes. You guys will also be getting a new kind of program in alternatives. Make sure, like I said, call Disneyland and talk with the cast member, or you can also go on their website and they have a spot where they tell you about the whole COVID procedure. Disney has also, the Walt Disney Company has furloughed all the cast members who don't play essential roles in what they're doing. So essential roles essentially means like the executives get to still be employed and everything, and the people who take care of the horses there still be employed. I'm sure some of the custodial team still has to be employed because they still have to keep the park clean because of all the nature, like the leaves and everything that fall, and it still gets dirty, so the custodial team still, for the most part, has to be there sometimes. So essential cast members like that still have their jobs, but the rest have been furloughed. And for those of you guys who know what furlough means, furloughed, it means just a temporary leave of absence. So it happens in situations like we're going through right now, or it could happen in any other situation. Don't worry though, all these cast members aren't laid off, they're just furloughed. So they'll have their jobs back when the parks reopen, or whenever Disney decides to get employees back into their park, and the Walt Disney Company in general, both Disney World and Disneyland. It just, right now, they can't pay all the cast members because they're not making any money. So right now they can't pay all the cast members. So a lot of people are having to file for unemployment. That's why they're furloughing them at the current moment. But Disney did state that it was a short temporary leave of absence. So why short temporary, just pay attention to those two key words, because it may not be long that the cast members are have their jobs back, and it may not be that long till the theme parks reopen. However, the situation is getting worse, so I recommend that you guys stay at home and wear masks if you do choose to go out and buy groceries or whatever you may be doing. But it just seems like Disney is edging closer and closer to having an actual time area that they'll be able to reopen the park. Speaking of when they reopen the parks, a new article came out today, an interesting one, an interview with Bob Iger, where he suggests temperature screenings may be used when Disney parks reopen. So temperature screenings can mean anything from them just like putting their hand up to your head with a glove on, or having you hold on to a stick in your mouth and them checking to make sure that you don't have a fever or anything around those lines. But however, I think that this is a great idea for Disney when they do reopen, because that means that they could potentially reopen sooner than expected, so they could have tests and make people feel at ease when they're actually at Disney. Because keep in mind, a lot of people are still going to be worried to go to the theme parks, or worried to go out in general. So giving this temperature check, it will give people more at ease and make people more relaxed to feel comfortable at the Disney parks, knowing that there's no signs of coronavirus in the theme park, or someone has it that's actually at the theme park. However, there is that 2-week incubation period where you don't know if you actually have the coronavirus, but that's for another topic. I think that this is a great idea if the Walt Disney Company were to go through with this, with both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. However, I think lines would be very long because it'd take a little bit more time with the bag check and the temperature screenings. The way it'd probably be is you go through security and then you get your temperature screened, and then you go onto the tram or wherever you're going through the entrance. That'd probably work out the best. Like I said, it'd be a little bit longer, but not by a lot. I think that it shows that Disney is putting their guests' safety and health over anything right now, which is a huge step for Disney. One thing that I received in my mail today, or not today, like a couple of days ago, as far as Legoland goes, Legoland is actually offering instructional how-to build videos and activities, printable activities on this website called, it'll be linked down in the description so you guys can click it. You can print activities like little mazes, little word searches, all themed around Legos, and they'll be weekly, and they're completely free. They're also putting on instructional how to build videos. So if you have Legos lying around, or if you decide to order Legos around this time of pandemic that you're stuck at home, they're actually giving you little instructional videos for families and kids to do. And just like they did like a cupcake in honor of their 21st birthday, and I know there was one on there like a Lego dog. So that's really neat stuff that Legoland California is doing, these kind of free things online. And like I said, I'll link it down below. There's going to be a new weekly instructional how to build video every Wednesday, and then they'll be picking some out every Friday to post on their socials and share with everybody and say, hey, look at their creation for the Legoland California building challenge. It's really neat, and I really prop Legoland California for doing something like this. Some big news coming from the farm in Buena Park, Knott's Berry Farm that is, as they will be, of course, freezing all monthly payments for those who are on the monthly payment program. But not only that, for all season pass holders, you're getting an extra year for free. So not only will your pass be good throughout the 2020 season, you're getting 2021, the complete year of 2021, for absolutely free. It is insane that Knott's Berry Farm is doing this, and I was so excited for this because I think that it shows how much Knott's Berry Farm cares about their loyal pass holders, because pass holders are the most loyal theme park guests there is, and I'll stand by that 110%. Always going, especially Knott's Berry Farm. There's a lot of extreme loyal Knott's Berry Farm fans that go every single week as far as Knott's Berry Farm goes. So this is big news, as well as the add-ons. So if you have parking, if you have a food or a refill cup, all those add-ons will be completely free for the 2021 year, which is so big. Big shout out to Knott's for doing this. I wish other theme parks were doing this. However, Knott's doesn't really, like, Knott's has the budget to do this because they don't make huge immersive lands. They're not no Universal or Disney. All they do is they put up like a couple coasters throughout the years and maybe some additional flat rides. They don't really need to do a ton of theming. So they have plenty of budget with the money that they make throughout the year, and especially with Knott's Scare Farm. I know a lot of you guys were asking me, is Knott's Scare Farm pass considered an add-on? I don't think it's considered an add-on to your pass. I think it's a separate pass. So like I said, I would call Knott's just to double check on if Knott's Scare Farm is an add-on, because then that means you get 2021 Knott's Scare Farm season for free as well. But big props to Knott's Berry Farm for doing this for all their loyal pass members. Pixar's Onward is also now streaming on Disney Plus, and let me tell you, I've watched it 3 times already. I love Onward. I think that it's such a great Pixar movie. I don't know why people didn't like it. I mean, it's a great Pixar movie nonetheless. So it's now on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, it's streaming on there for free. I mean, not for free yet. Obviously, you have to pay for your monthly Disney Plus, but it's on there. Enjoy it. It gives you something to do while you're cooped up in the house. Onward is such a great and fantastic movie, and it will definitely make you cry. But as of today, that is all of our weekly theme park news for SoCal Exploring's weekly theme park news wrap up. That has been all the news, both good and kind of bad. I'd say a lot of this is good news as far as this week goes. I'm very excited to see when the parks slowly start to open back up and slowly start to take more precautionary measures on how to protect their guests while COVID is still around, because most likely COVID will still be around until 2021. However, it won't be as serious as it is right now, but nonetheless, the theme parks will still have to take their precautionary measures to make sure all of their guests' health and safety come first before anything. This has been SoCal Exploring talking to you. My name is Scott. Positivity is key. And most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace.